Oh. Oh, man. I kind of overslept a little bit. Oh, Walter's out there. We were out late last night, as we tend to do when we're doing the aquaculture stuff. But man, did it pay. Look, we nearly got 800,000 pounds in the bank. I don't know if I should feel bad about that or not. I mean, we earned it. We are playing on easy economy to keep things moving along. Something I started doing just because the slog was, I'm just trying to keep it somewhat interesting for you as well. So it's not like a terrible slog, but yeah. Let's see, end of September now. Yeah. Well, just kind of the usual stuff, and then, the onions that we took on. Yeah, we got to get that done today. All right. Yeah, Walter wants to dabble in vegetables and onions and potatoes and everything, so we are working on a contract to harvest onions. We got partway done with it. It did rain last night. Just a brief shower though, so I think we're okay. We drilled this field with oilseed radish yesterday. We'll see how cover crops work in precision farming. I don't really remember. I have in my mind something about February. And maybe because I think I read it somewhere, but then again, maybe I didn't. I want to continue emptying the bunker silo here. Because next month I think the grass will be long enough to cut up in our grass field, and we can probably fill the bunker again and get more silage on the go. We don't use it ourselves, but I mean, it's a product we make and sell. And it's not bad money. It's consistent money, you know? So if we can consistently make money, of course we make, what did we make selling the fish? Like nearly 250,000 pounds. It wasn't quite that much, but it was a lot. It was darn close for all intents and purposes, you know. That's a lot. That'd be like 1 million pounds every 4 months, so 3 times a year. 3 million pounds a year doing aquaculture stuff. Now granted, that's not pure profit, because we've got the cost of all the fish food and the fish breeding facility and stuff, but so yeah, you'd have to kind of figure all that out, how much, because we do spend quite a bit on fish food. I don't think it's worth getting the fish food production. And the small one, I don't think will be able to really keep up with what we need to do. So I don't think I'm going to get in. I don't think I'm going to dabble with that. I mean, yeah, I could get every production on the map. We could do the spinnery and the tailor because we have sheep, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think we're good with the fish, the aquaculture, probably that we currently have. I don't think we want to do any more than that. And then we'll just do the farming here on the farm. Now, we may expand some more, but I don't know. I mean, we got a ton of money. What do we do with that expansion? We can learn if we can rely on workers or not, and then if we kind of vary the crops around the seasons and the crop calendar and stuff so that we're not, you know, having to harvest all the fields at once with the combine. Probably be okay. It would probably be nice to do like onions start to finish, so where we're actually planting the onions. And yeah, potentially vegetables as well. Potentially. After having done the contracts for the vegetables, I don't think we have the ability with our preserved goods factory to have the throughput really to do vegetables a lot. So I don't know. And then how much longer are we on this map for? I don't know. I'm loving it. I don't know if something better's come along that I'm dying to play on. Otherwise I'd have probably 4 Let's Plays going right now, but I don't. So this one's good for me, I think. I'm liking Louisiana Farm still too. We're just kind of getting into, you know, maybe once we get the sugarcane done, I'll be thinking maybe it's time to finish that up. I don't know. I think there's just going to be a little bit left here. We could probably put it in after we take this one. That way this will be filled, or this will be emptied, so we can start filling it again rather. And we can start filling from the other half of the bunker. Oh, I think it's going to take it all. No. I thought I looked at the math of it, and I thought I had just a little too much. I'm not for sure. Over here. We have been taking it to the biogas plant. That's it. This bunker silo is empty, so it's empty. I don't know if it's going to take everything that's on the shovel I've got right now. I think that's what's going to end up happening. Yep, look at that. Almost. Alright, so I won't be able to dump it back in, actually. It won't let me. Once you empty all the silage out of it, the only thing you can put back in it is chaff at that point. I've learned that. Let me hop in the, we do a quick drive around the farm. We'll take the tiger car. The Tigre car. Put everything away over here. A little couple. I do have a furniture over here that Walter finished. See, when we get first growth in the barley field, we'll need to spray fertilizer on that. We got some additional pallets come out here. So we got the spinach. The spinach we got to sell right away. Okay, so this is, what's that? Peas, canned peas. Cool. And then what's that? That is canned green beans. Or jarred. Jarred green beans? I've never seen a jar of green beans. That's what it is. Are the carrots, parsnip, and beetroot, do they come out like in 2,000-pound pallets? I don't know. So these I could like save for a while until the price is the best, but the bagged spinach I should probably sell right away. We have not put stones in a while. And let's see, the lumber's out as well. I've got, what, 4 regular size planks. Those could probably be sold. Alright. Yeah, I could probably load up the spinach and the planks and sell that with the smaller truck. The, what is it, Dragon? Whoa! Don't hit the wall. Alright. So, where are we going to go with this? Feed and grain south is actually 369, and that's closer. So, let's run there. All right, well, we're over 800,000 now. Let's just put this in there quick. I'm gonna leave that there. We'll load it from here. This should be done fermenting now. Let's double check, see if it is. Yep. And we got 260,000 liters of silage in here. So we can load that up starting tomorrow. Well, or starting now, I guess. We'll begin emptying that. I think, I'm trying to think of where things are at. Let me go ahead and just open the shed here. Okay, there's the... Boy, that needs some maintenance, huh? Can I get to it from here? Oh, I can. Let's do some repairs on that. And the front loader, too. That's all I'm particularly worried about. Okay. I think I'll put stones in just cause. And then while I'm over at the bale shed, we can take a look at maybe taking the skid steer over to load up the vegetables, or at least the spinach. Thing is, the price may not change so much to make it really worthwhile messing with hanging on to. I don't know. There we go. Got it. Get it, got it, good. All right. So real quick, I'll just get that mulcher just likes to spin around in that spot. Gets in the most awkward positions. More than any other piece of equipment I've ever seen. We'll put 4. Oh, I got to remember to turn this on, alright. So this one's offloading. Make sure we turn this on to do cement brick. There's actually a couple in here too. And then I'll put in 3 more. Load 2 of 4. Number 3. All right, 4th and final load of stones. So I got 4 pallets of the planks here. That can go into town, probably to like board games or something like that. The beams and the long planks we'll hang on to for the next cabin build. Let's see. I think I can put this away then. I don't think I need this anymore. And get the lizard dragon, little croc out, and load it up. I gotta check on the preserved goods and see if it's worth hanging on to. We could store them in the building where we have the seeds and the seeder, now that we have like that little pallet truck. We can maneuver the pallets around. Nope. How did that door end up left open? I don't know. Doesn't look good like that though, right? Okay. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So what I'll do, hop in here. These out of the way. Should be a couple here. Create more, yeah. I don't know if there's one more or not. There might be. Those two there, tighten it up, and then I'll start grabbing these boards. Do love a skid steer. I found the tracked ones, or the compact track loaders, are a little harder to control than the wheel skid steers. So I got access back here. Alright, so do I want to mess with this? Yeah, let's do it. What I don't like, in 25, the physics for pallets and stuff, bales, just seems a little weird. The top pallet sometimes just starts turning and stuff when it probably really shouldn't be. Put this up towards the front. See how it twisted just a little bit? Why did it do that? Shouldn't have, really. that much. Stuff like that. Close enough. Let me throw a strap on that. I should probably drive the truck over there, but we'll just drive the skid steer. Though it is very slow. What do I bump into there? I don't know. Oh, the ground's a little soft. That's what it is. Might have to come in here and put some gravel or something. Make that a little better. Look at that. From that rain last night, probably. All right, so we got peas. Let's take a look at the prices for peas and green beans. So canned peas, actually it does vary quite a bit. 7,854. But look at, no, it varies from 7,695 to 7,854. So a couple hundred, not even like 150 per thousand. It's not really necessarily worth. Where's the best place at for it right now would be Goldcrest Valley. It's a non-starter. I gotta figure that out. Seaside Restaurant. And then the green beans. The green beans varies 592 to 796, so 200. And Seaside Restaurant. Spinach bag 241. I'm gonna just take everything as Seaside Restaurant. And then we'll figure out where to take the plants. And then I'll stack the pallets of the more preserved stuff. Yeah. heading over to the onion fields just after 11 o'clock. We got like 40,000 pounds for the planks and the preserved foods, like about 20,000 each time. 20,000 at board games and another 20,000 over at the Seaside restaurant. So that was a pretty good deal. All right, so we have all of the equipment here. I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll do the rest of the harvesting, and then we'll just pick it all up and take it from there. But what I wanted to kind of do was just get the headlands picked up so I'm not driving over the windrows of the harvested onions. So I think we'll just figure this out again. We are running, right? The sound on my headphones was off. Wasn't hearing anything. Alright, so let's get in the field here. I'm not sure where to start. Actually, let's just go start on the end, right? And we'll work our way back. Let me double check and make sure I should be... Am I going to the left or to the right? I don't know. Help. I want to be going to the right. I may not have been before. I am going right. Okay, that's perfect. That's what I want. So we'll turn that on. We'll turn that on. And we drop that down. Is it going to the right? It is? Perfect. Alright. So what I'm doing is I'll come back up the other way and put it to the right. So I'll just jump over a few. And then, yeah, it'll work itself out. You'll see what I mean. But what I want to do is I basically want to put two passes together to make one thicker windrow heap of onions. Now, how far do I go? Well, I have to figure it out, right? So that's going to be it that way, that's going to be it that way, that way, that way. Hang on. Let me think about this a minute. I think here. Is that right? Wait, that way? I think I'm off by one. Hang on. I am. This one. This one here. Oops, I got a little of that other one I didn't mean to. Alright, well, it'll work out. When I pass the other direction, it should fix that, I think. Okay, it's 1:15. The train's coming by again. I was meaning to try and pay attention to see how often the train actually passed this point, but I didn't do it. I thought about it and then I forgot about it. This is curious. I have been playing the game for a while now. As I imagine many of you have. Here's what I find curious. Normally, when you're doing a contract and you have cleared all the crop off of the field, but not delivered any yet, you are 80% complete on the contract. Now look at this. We are almost done. I don't know if it's going to go above 50 or not, but we're only 50% complete on this one, which is curious. And I know some people early on had problems because they didn't use the back part of this setup, which is the cleaner, which kind of makes sure that you get a little bit more onions. So I wonder if that's the difference. I think I missed one little bit down here, so I'm going to come down and get it. So I wonder if that's the difference between the 50 and the 80% using the proper setup. I don't know. I think right there I missed some. See what I'm talking about? Let's see. It should go right there, yeah. Okay, so let's put the front down. And we'll drop the back down. We should just kind of... Did we get them that time? No. Try again. No, it doesn't seem like it's picking up. There, I got them. Okay, let's put the back down so we clean them and put them in with the rest of it. There we go. All right. Oh, not that one. The front one we want to pick up. There we go. All right. So, let's pick the back one up too. Turn the front off. I don't know if I have any in here. Let's drop the back down here. Oh, it is. No. There, it's down. If there's any in there, it'll unload it now. None in there. Okay. We're going to pick it back up and turn it off. And then we'll get this out of the way. So the front part, which when you pull up to it, it calls it a halum topper, but I think it's what actually probably does cut the I don't know. I don't know if it just does or if it digs it out at all. Well, no, it like puts it in the center, and then this picks them up and cleans them, and I think gives you the yield bonus that if you don't do it on a contract, you end up short. All right, so now that we have everything dug up, let's start picking it up. I don't know if this is the best way to do it. I think we'll probably have a couple trailer loads. We'll have to go empty it at least once, I think. We're going to Logistics Center Railroad, which is pretty close here, so should be all right. I'm gonna go 3. see if I can get turned. Now let me go 4. I'm gonna go the other way though after this, I think. I'm gonna go to the right because it'll be easier to come and loop back that way. Know what I mean? Probably not. I'm not making myself very clear. So I don't have any onion storage on the farm. I was thinking about putting some in. I need to do some groundwork, I think, because I'm getting really bogged down in the mud there when the ground gets soft. Probably need to bring in some gravel or something. Make that a little more stable. I'm going to turn to the right. And I'm going to go over 3. So if we have excess onions, we've proved before that we could store them at the railroad transfer silo at Railroad Logistics Center. So we can keep them there until we establish our onion packing setup in our shed there. I don't know, maybe we need to acquire another... Oh, I'm full, huh? I want to avoid driving over these because I think it diminishes your yield. I think it does the same thing with the straw and stuff. I don't know if it really does or not. But I believe it does. It's the power of belief. See, I'm 62% now. I don't know if we'll hit weight at some point soon or not. I'm not at a very pleasant angle. There we go. In the back. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Towards the back, towards the back. There we go. 83%. That's interesting. Okay, if I park in the middle here, it shouldn't be in the way. Here we go again. Oh, I gotta turn it on. Do I have to drop it down? I do. I will continue. Alright, we're flipping around on the final windrow here. It's almost 4:30. It took most of the day. Well, we didn't get over here till a little before lunchtime, but yeah, it did take a bit of time. I don't know how much we're going to end up being able to keep. Okay. Is it still going? No, it stopped. Not quite sure how much of this we'll be able to keep. It's not going to be a whole lot. The field was nowhere near as big as the first one we did, which is like over by Benz, but the big field closer to Spruce Bridge from Benz. I mean, that was massive. I think it took us like 3 days to harvest that one. This one, could you do the whole field in a day? Doing 3-day months? Maybe. Trying to think. We started after. Yeah, you might could. Be a long day, but yeah. It is time consuming to do onions. I'm just going to leave that running. We'll be back here in a second. They're not leased in the sense that we get pay or charge an hourly rate. They're quote unquote borrowed equipment for the contract, so it's okay to leave it running for a short period of time. While they do consume fuel, the borrowed equipment, they don't accrue like wear or quote-unquote damage, which is interesting. Okay, I think that's it. Got almost half full again on the bunker. I think they call it a bunker, right? Hopper. Turn that off, and then maybe we'll go a little quicker. Oh dear. They're in here rooting around. Alright. A little bit of this is going to need to go to complete the contract, but then the rest of it we'll get a keep. Go. Let's back up here. I don't know how this is going to fold like that. Okay. Go ahead and fold it up. We'll go hop in the JCB 8330 Icon. And off we go. This will be our last trip. We'll just bring this back. We'll leave the equipment here in the field for the farmer to pick up. We'll hop in our pickup and head back home. Probably stop by the store. We haven't been there the whole time. If there was like a forklift at the warehouse, I would go there. I would like to buy 4 pallets of roof shingles to take up to the castle project. I think that's all it needs. I don't know if where it is in its processes right now, if it got to that yet or not. I think it's still going, but I do know that it needs at least 4 more pallets of roof shingles, and then it might have everything it needs to complete the castle build. And then we could probably use a pallet of roof shingles just to have on hand for the next holiday cabin build. So I gotta be careful here. I gotta keep my finger on the trigger to try and stop unloading so we can keep as much as we can. I don't think it's gonna be very much. What we got? We got 17,374 in here. We'll probably end up with at least 10,000 liters of onions, I think. I don't know how the packing thing works, but that's the idea. Okay. So we got 16,000. So we can store it here for now, then we don't have to put it on onion storage. Unfortunately, the vegetable storage that we have does not also do onions, which is a shame, but we're here at the store. I'm gonna collect for that contract. We're not gonna take any more. So we got 9,053 for that. That wasn't bad. Not even gonna look at the other contracts because it's the third day of the month, so a lot of them are gonna run out of time today. Used equipment. Yeah, I don't need that. Nothing that we need. So here's what I could do. I could go get the curtain side box truck and the Palfinger forklift, put it on the back and go get those roof shingles, but I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow. We've got a ton of money, right? 858. We need to think about expanding. There's another farm area that maybe we're starting to run out of room to store equipment and keep it inside or under cover, that maybe we should consider expanding to another farm. And there's one I got my eye on. I don't know what all it has there, but I think it might be a good fit. So let me head over this way. What we're going to do is we'll go right past the fuel station and we'll turn to the right. And it's that farm kind of up that way. So it's this one here. I'm not sure we're there yet. There's no house, right? There is no house here. I don't know if I can open any of these doors or anything, because I don't necessarily have access to the land. Depends. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes you can. All right, well, it's almost 6 o'clock. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I'll think about that some more. I'll probably go out and cut a tree. I got time while we still got some daylight, and I'll get that trailer filled with the silage. So we got that ready to go tomorrow morning, and then we'll see what we do in October. I don't think our spinach field will be able to be harvested again. I think October's the last month for spinach. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me here in Kinlaig, Highlands Fishing Expansion Farming Simulator 25. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. If you don't subscribe yet, why not? Don't cost nothing. We'll see you next time.